4th Annual East Campus Graduation Celebration. We are happy to be here at MCC, and we're grateful for this upcoming partnership. We'd like to thank the president of MCC, Dr. DeWinter, and your staff for this opportunity. Thank you so much. With that, I'd really like to start this with just a moment of gratitude for all, especially the parents, families, and friends who are here. Thank you so much for your collaboration and your support. You've been amazing, and you make times like this possible. Also, we are grateful for counselors, administrators, school board members, and all staff all over the district. Staff everywhere from elementary to high school continually help us, and they're kind of like behind the scenes, but they're really what help make us tick, and we couldn't do it without them. A special thanks to our administrator, Jan Collinson, who's somewhere hiding, I think, in the back. She appreciates our crazy ideas, and she supports our creativity, and she is honestly the reason that this program thrives. In addition, Superintendent Dr. Riibe, who believed in us and wanted us to, in a place, in some kind of environment to take education to the next level, and that's why he had worked with Dr. DeWinter and making sure that we were here next year, so we thank you very much for that. Thank you to our staff who truly adore their students, who on days like this, we all feel this great, profound sense of joy. I feel so fortunate to work with staff who are committed to providing students with all these opportunities. Thank you all in the community, our community collaborators. I know a few of you are here. Our concept can't work unless you're involved, and you have no idea how much we appreciate you, and you have no idea the lives that you have changed. A special thanks to our Trinity collaboration. So many of you know the East Campus staff, but you don't know that on Fridays, the Trinity staff comes in and works with our students, and they're just really like part of the family. They do amazing things. They are 2 people that come in, Kelly and Shaylee, and they are responsible for making today happen as well. So thank you for that. Lastly, I'd like to thank the students who inspire us daily. And I'd like to, thank those who have returned. So if you are a past East Campus student, could you please stand? Like graduates, could you, yeah. Awesome, thanks for doing it. So thank you, past and current students, for showing us all of your persistence. You inspire us every day. I would like to explain the celebration because it's not traditional per se. In a moment, we'll hear from Superintendent Dr. Riibe. Next, we have 2 students who had asked to speak, Brady Holliday and Emily Huggins. They will be speaking. And then it is our tradition to give students metaphorical, quirky gifts that align with their personalities or experiences. So if you're wondering why your student was just handed like a Superman or some gum wrappers, because Derek knows that can happen, there is a reason. After the gifts, graduates will exit the stage and they will receive a certificate. Please know that diplomas will be handed out on Sunday. We will follow up with cake and refreshments outside. Once again, thanks to Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here, and I now introduce Superintendent Dr. Riibe.
This is a little bit of a flashback to 1974. I was about this time of the year, I was sitting in a row, and there weren't many more of us in my high school graduating class than what's sitting here as a small rural school in Nebraska, wearing a purple gown with long hair. Now, those of you that have longer hair, this is the price you pay for longer hair in your youth, just so you have some concept of what's coming in your future. But and I've told this story a number of times. I probably was sitting in the same spot some of you folks are sitting in. I grew up in a poor home when other kids were talking about going to college, and I talked to my dad. He said, that's just not for people like us. And if it weren't for the work of some teachers and particularly guidance counselor, I never would have left that small town. I know how hard you folks have worked. and how hard your teachers have worked with you. And this is really a celebration of your perseverance. I know some of you have had to work through difficult situations, maybe at home, maybe you've had to work difficult situations at school, difficult relationships, but you have worked through them. You have succeeded. You are going to be a high school graduate, and that is not the end of the road, it's the beginning of the road. But everyone in this room wants to tip our hat to you for your perseverance, because that is a skill, that is a life skill that will carry you through every other challenge you have. And the other thing I want to leave with you today, and it really struck me the other night at the honors thing, the honors night. There are a lot of people that want to surround you with support and have surrounded you with support. You are not in this alone. Sometimes the path is lonely, and sometimes you may feel like you're out there all alone. But I'm going to tell you, there are people at East Campus, there are people here in Muscatine that will always be in your corner, that will always be your cheerleader, that will always be there for you. I have great hope for you. I hope that someday you're here with maybe as a teacher, maybe as a superintendent. Not for a while though on the superintendent thing. I would like to keep the job for a few more years, but we really need you folks in Muscatine. We need your energy, we need your commitment, and we need what you can bring to make this town even a better place to live. I have lots of things I could say to you, and I know most of them you don't want to hear, so I'm going to cut this short, but I just want you to know you always have a home here. And I know that no matter where you go or what you do, the teachers that you've worked with over these last few years, they'll always be there for you. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Take care and thank you.
As Haille previously stated, my name is Brady Holliday. I constantly find myself struggling to sum up my whole East Campus experience into one little speech. The truth is, you can't. The experiences and the memories that I have made cannot fit into one little story, but you can bet yourself that we are going to at least attempt to do it. I started off at East Campus as a fragile person. I was scared and vulnerable. This was probably the most difficult point of my life. 2014 was a wild year. I had to adapt to a new school, a new environment, and step outside of my comfort zone. This was most definitely not an easy thing to do, and my classmates and teachers saw that and did everything in their power to make me comfortable in school, and my goodness, did they do that. On Friday, September 5th, 2014, my life was literally changed forever by someone I didn't even know. This person stopped me in the high school parking lot and said to me, "You need to wear a cowbell because you are a cow." This was definitely not the first time someone has said something to me, but a person can only take so much. I immediately shut down. My body went numb and tears rolled out of my eyes. I was oblivious to everything and everyone around me, and I just felt like disappearing. I went into the building to receive counseling from one of my close teachers and let my mom know what was going on. That's when she told me to leave and never look back. So that's exactly what I did. I walked out of the doors of the high school for the last time. I was never coming back. I was so hurt and broken. The stress was too much, and I felt I had no other option but dropping out. Miss Anderson mentioned East Campus, but I did not want to go. I'm not a troubled kid. I'm not bad. I am broken. That Saturday, Miss Anderson got a hold of my mom and told her I was accepted into East Campus and I would be attending the following week. On Monday, September 8th, 2014, I took the most nerve-wracking steps up to the building, where I was immediately slapped in the face with April's Scentsy smell. And for some odd reason, I felt suddenly calm. It was at that moment I thought, maybe I'm not making the wrong choice. It wasn't until first period where I met Lee and some other people that I was acquainted with. They let me sit at the same table as them and made me feel welcome. This was the beginning of something amazing. This was the beginning of my story. Over the next 2 years, I would blossom and I would find my true potential. I finally had motivation to do stuff. I wanted to go to school, and most importantly, I wanted to learn. I made it a promise to myself and to my family that I would graduate and I would make something of myself. I became close with all of the teachers and all of the students until I was acquainted with everybody. There was no judgment. I didn't get called names. I didn't feel like I didn't belong here. At semester, Emily Huggins and Allie Wessel came to East Campus and my world completely flipped upside down. We became the Three Musketeers and we did everything together, and even over a year later, we are still best friends. My circle of friends started growing until eventually I was completely comfortable being myself in front of everybody. My perspective on life has changed, and I am a completely rejuvenated person. I have motivation. I have purpose. I have been blessed with amazing opportunities through this wonderful school. I have given not one but 2 speeches at the annual Day of Caring event for Muscatine in the Louisa Muscatine School District. I've gone to Des Moines to present on J-term in front of professors and superintendents. I've gone to conferences, and I've even gone to an entrepreneurship academy over the summer. Without East Campus, I would not have been exposed to these amazing opportunities that made me grow so much as a person. My brothers, my sisters, my wonderful grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and all my wonderful friends have pushed me to do better and make something of myself. Mom, thank you for showing me unconditional love and encouraging me to finish and make something of myself. I love you to the moon and back times a billion. I appreciate everything that you do for me. One person I haven't mentioned yet is my stepdad, Tony. I know that I'm not an easy person to deal with. I'm dramatic, and I'm a lot to handle, so thank you for sticking by us for the last 14 years. Thank you for the late night talks you used to give me where you would make me sit by you on the couch and you would tell me how proud of me you were. Thank you for making me want to be a better person. All I've ever wanted to do is make you proud, and I hope I've finally done it. Thank you for being a great father figure to me. I love you. If there is one thing that I take out of coming to East Campus is that I will not let others define me. East Campus did not fix me because I was never broken. Thank you to Haille for teaching me that. East Campus taught me to enjoy the simple things in life, and East Campus taught me how to live. I know my true ability, and I know that if I truly put all that I have into it, that I will be a successful journalist, and I will be the best news reporter that any of you have ever seen. I will forever cherish the memories and experiences that I have made at East Campus. I never thought that I would actually get to say I'm a high school graduate, and it feels so good. Thank you.
What's up? All right. Hi, my name is Emily Huggins, and I'm a graduated senior from East Campus, as you have probably already guessed. I would just like to take a moment of your time to try and express exactly how life-changing East Campus has been for me. I've dealt with a lot of struggles, such as depression throughout middle school and high school, that put me in a compromising position to graduate. Graduation was something I never thought that I'd realistically achieve since the beginning of freshman year. Every single year since I started high school, I remember thinking to myself, this is my last year of high school because of how badly I wanted to drop out and be done with it. Even if I didn't drop out, I was surely going to graduate late by a year or two because of how bad my grades were. Graduating late was not an option for me because my sister is a year younger than me and I couldn't stand the idea of graduating at the same time as her or later. That being said, not finishing high school seemed inevitable. But coming to East Campus gave me an outlet to finally express myself. I discovered a new sense of passion and motivation that I have never had before. Not only was I excelling in my classes, but I had become very outgoing and found it very easy to make friends at East Campus, which was a big change, considering that beforehand I totally hated any sort of social interaction. Now I was volunteering and participating in school events like pancake breakfasts, Day of Caring, and the Fast Forward Conference at UNI. The teachers at East Campus were always pushing me and making sure that I did my best up until my very last day of school on Tuesday, May 17th. East Campus has provided me with so many amazing experiences and memories that I wouldn't trade for the world. I could never do enough to show you all how thankful I am for the help you've provided me and for staying by my side all the way through, but I'm going to try and express my gratitude for one important person with the rest of the time I have left to speak. Haille Hannah, I cannot thank you enough for everything you've done for me. I know that you say that everything you've helped me with has just been me all along, but if nothing else, I thank you dearly for being an amazing role model to me. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of positive influences available to me, and I always felt lost, like I was stumbling around in the dark looking for myself, but you gave me a light in the dark so that I could find myself. Thank you so much for all the times you pulled me aside and insisted I tell you what was wrong, even if I said I was fine. You taught me how to open up and connect emotionally to others. You taught me not to hate myself when I'm down because nobody's perfect and everyone has their bad days. You taught me how to rely on myself and that no problem can't be solved. All you need to do is learn how to compromise. You taught me that instead of dwelling on my failures, that all I need to do is learn how to pivot and steer myself in a better direction. You taught me how to forgive others and how to forgive myself. Thank you for all of the inspiration you have filled me with to better myself. I will never forget about the many times we started talking about something and I would end up missing lunch or hours of class just because we got so into it. Every single one of the teachers and staff members at East Campus has a special place in my heart. I'm so blessed to have known all of you and have been able to have a class with every teacher at least once. You have all taught me very valuable lessons about life that I will never ever forget. And a special thanks to all of the students at East Campus that make the school as amazing as it is today. Thanks to everyone who was my friend, and thanks to everyone even if we weren't friends. Thank you for simply existing. Thank you for making the amazing program that we call East Campus what it is today. I'm sure that the school will thrive here at MCC next year. And I can't wait to attend the college myself and watch East Campus continue to grow and become even more wonderful. Thank you all for your time.
We have now reached the time where we are going to individually acknowledge each of our students, and we're just going to go down the row. So Cheyenne, can I have you please come up here and stand? And Dr. Riibe. All right, go grab one thing here. You have to open up in front of everyone.
Great, okay.
She has a pennant that says, "Behave as the wind behaves." Cheyenne, life can be a whirlwind of ups and downs, twists and turns. I am fortunate in that I have known Cheyenne longer than a lot of people, a lot of the teachers that are here. And I've had the opportunity to watch Cheyenne grow up and become the strong, resilient young woman that stands here now. Cheyenne, life has its storms. However, your persistence and quiet strength has allowed you to rise and become a stronger and better version of yourself. I will miss our conversations, but look forward to following you and the adventures you have yet to come. And so to bring back the quote, behave as the wind behaves. The green reed which bends with the wind is stronger than the mighty oak which breaks in the storm. Remember always, if you surrender to the wind, you can ride it. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, seriously. Mr. Brockert.
You sound so happy to say his name.
Every morning I greet him. Morning, Mr. Brockert. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk. I'm not good with microphones. So, John, we've only had you for a semester, but in that semester, I think you've helped me keep my head on straight most mornings when I haven't had my coffee yet. And I just was really struggling with getting you a gift because I had this perfect gift in mind, but I couldn't find it anywhere because they don't make them anymore. And so I was like, okay, I gotta rethink this, totally step back. So what I wanted to share with you is something very important to me. So we'll take it out. So elephants are my favorite animal because they're incredibly compassionate, but most importantly because they never forget. So as you go on through life, I want you to never forget where you've been, where you're going, and who you are.
Don't worry, I won't.
Good.
got my gift, Ian. How'd you know that was it? I am going to use the microphone because this is from Deb's heart, not mine, and she's not with us today. But I would like you to know what she said and how she felt, okay? There's an old saying that says, "Don't stir the pot." The meaning behind that saying is don't jump into the conflict between others. So, as a reminder not to stir the pot, she has a few wooden spoons here for you. There's also a phrase that says, "I'm flipping out." We did have a little issue this way about halfway through the year. This is just a gentle reminder. Take a deep breath and rethink flipping out. You can use the spatula to flip. Ian, I've seen such positive changes in you from the first day that you started East Campus up to and including today. You have the gift of a wonderful sense of humor. I've seen you express that gift many times. Don't lose it. You've been given so many other gifts. So many doors are open to you. It will give us great pleasure when you choose one of those doors and walk through it and make your life special.
Alexis. And for all teachers who come up here through on out, please use the microphone just because the air conditioning unit is louder in the back so everyone can hear. Alexis says, her pennant says, "If you're trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can truly be." Alexis, when I first met you, when you first came to East Campus, so much of what you did was in trying to fit in and be normal. However, the very essence of what East Campus is, the structure and culture of East Campus program, allows for anything but normal. All of the students who join us bring gifts and talents and ideas that stray from the norm. Fiercely independent, compassionate, and strong-willed, the transformation from the moment she transferred into the East Campus program to now has been breathtaking. Alexis has always been the first one to describe her high school experience as one of family. Her ultimate reward is in realizing her true potential. She lights up rooms with her positive energy and passion for learning. With an infectiously cheerful spirit, it is difficult not to fall in love with Alexis and her personality. Thank you, Alexis, for your passion and leadership in the East Campus program, for not being normal, and becoming the amazing student that we all know you could be.
Oh, don't make me cry.
Here's some tissues.
Okay, just in case.
You're full of life and always looking for an adventure. In the last year, I've had the pleasure of hearing about your experiences, going to concerts, being out with friends, and planning your trip to Mexico. You have a drive inside of you that many aspire to have. I wish you the best in whatever you decide, whether it be in the armed forces or with a college career.
Thank you, I love it.
You gotta open it.
What is it?
Open it!
Okay.
The book is to inspire you to be the best person that you can be. You are beautiful, smart, caring, and absolutely amazing. Don't ever let anyone make you feel bad about yourself. There's more.
I love it.
The colored pencils are to encourage you to design your life the way that you want it. Your opportunities are endless. These erasers are to remind you that when you make mistakes, you can always start over and try again. But remember to learn from your mistakes and not to repeat them.
Yeah. Okay. Good words of advice from Neely, guys.
Huh? This box?
So this one's a hard one. Brady and I have already cried together. But you've done it. Savor this day, enjoy it. Tomorrow's time enough to work towards your next goal. I know that you really want to be a journalist, so I thought I would give you a few words about it and let you know what you need to expect and work towards. I would like you to know that I am resourcing one of my favorite journalists from my youth. No, it's not Walter Cronkite, although I know that name is the first one that leapt to your mind. No, this journalist predates Walter by about 30 years. He was one of the first to recognize the value of solar power and investigate its uses back in the 1940s. Yes, Brady, I did live in the 1940s, and his stories enriched my young life. For him, it started with really caring about people. You have that. And their stories, enough to be able to put aside your own prejudices, your beliefs, your constraints, to champion truth, justice, and the American way. It's nice that you have a full head of hair. So did he. Hair is important, as is the product that you need to use to keep it from blowing in the wind. That being said, it doesn't hurt if you could leap over a building in one bound. Which reminds me, hang on to your glasses. You'll need those also. I did pick you up a little something to inspire you.
Oh no. Oh.
Have you ever thought of changing your name to Clark? Just a thought. Brady, we wish nothing but the best for you, and you will be an awesome journalist.
It's yours, Emily.
Splash Mountain's coming up soon.
Nope, I'm doing well. Okay, I want you to pull this out, but just sorta.
Just sort of.
Just sorta. We're gonna leave it like right there. Okay, so I saw this in an antique shop and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Emily. And then I saw the bottom of it and I was like, oh, and then I took, I bought it, right? Yeah. Because it was vintage, right? And it just represented your style, right? And your old soul, because you're just wise beyond your years, right? But it's also a child's globe. And that just really represents to me your playfulness. You and I had so much fun. I loved your creative energy, and you unlocked brilliant levels in all of us. You were amazing. The world represents all the places I hope you go to experience life and culture. I hope you do not allow fear to keep you close at home. Rather, I hope you open yourself up to exploration of your curiosities to keep you close to your true self. The last part is all the astrology. It's beautiful. It's yours. I love the way you have conversations about astrology. It's so inspiring. Your vigor and passion explode in those moments. In 5 minutes, you are able to analyze someone simply by his or her astrological sign. And I couldn't believe how accurate you were. And I thought, man, I spent all these years watching Oprah trying to find myself, and you had me analyzed in 5 minutes. Like, it was crazy. So stay true to your passions and those things that bring you excitement and flow. And lastly, let this globe remind you that we all think the world of you.
You are.
You weren't doing that.
I'm not supposed to cry yet, guys.
Okay. Hi.
Let me open this right now.
Yes. No. Okay, when I saw this, I totally thought of you. It says, I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. Right? So, I'll try to go fast because there's a lot here. I saw this and knew it was for you. First, I want it to rest against your heart as a reminder of how cared for you are. And then also, I want you to remember the ways that you cared for others, because I don't want to put like Lukas on blast here, but you need to know that in Lukas's POL, he said that the first day he arrived at East Campus, you know, things were unfamiliar, and you were the first person who talked to him and you took care of him, you know.
The hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has long hair and a hat.
And he said that made the world of difference. And I watched you care, but you do it with such a silent, powerful way. You're not looking for people to say, hey, I helped this person. No, you do it out of the kindness of your heart, you know. You are the last. Haley's the last of our East Campus originals. So she was one of our originals. And I just think, like, where has the time gone? And I remember the day you came in, like, kicking. And by the end of the day, you were like,
He threw me in his red minivan. How did you think I was supposed to act?
And then you left that day and you're like, okay, this is cool. And you kept going. Like, you did it. You're here. It's amazing, okay? And then lastly, remember that challenge and struggle are not your enemies. They are responsible for personal growth. As your gift states, you are not the same person anymore because you have taken adversity and have grown into an amazing individual. Whether success or survival, any situation is there to teach us something about ourselves. So in those moments you feel challenged, don't feel down, feel excited, and think to yourself, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? This is awesome, I'm ready to grow. Because it's extremely evident just what a beautiful, amazing, confident woman you're growing into. I'm so, so blessed to have known you. And I love you dearly.
I love you.
I want to begin by saying that Lukas, it's not that he forgot his cap and gown. This is our Lukas. Lukas with a K. This is how he wanted to be this day. You can go ahead and open it up.
Dude.
Lukas, life is like a camera. You focus on what is important, you capture the good times, and if things don't work out, you take another shot. East Campus is about second shots and new beginnings, of which you have embraced many opportunities provided to you. You are a good person and an old soul. May this vintage camera be a reminder of how you have developed over time to become the insightful leader and talented young man that you are.
So, Juilo, when you first came to East Campus, you were so quiet. And it was pretty obvious that you weren't buying into what we were selling. But this year, something really clicked inside of you. We saw effort, commitment to make it all work better, even in your math class. The best part was when you started asking for help and started advocating for yourself and talking. You have the first step in building a good life for yourself, and in this process, you've earned the right to move to the next level. So I thought, well, what will help you move to the next level? And nothing came to me. And then Haille gave me a great idea. The ability to communicate and advocate for yourself, to be a member of a team, to express your ideas, to build on other people's ideas. They all take on new importance and new meaning. So, this belt represents a part of you. Now you use it. You have shown yourself to be a quiet and reserved man, one who's comfortable letting others do all the talking for you. But we all know that you have a voice. When that bell sits on a shelf, it makes no sound. You can't hear its beauty, you can't hear its humor, the alert, the echoes, any of its music. But when it's moved, that voice is released. You have a voice. Using it lets others know what you need, what you want. It builds bridges of communication with all kinds of people. Our wish for you is that you stretch yourself, that you continue to evolve and change, and you take on an even new and stronger voice.
So I just kind of want to apologize if all of a sudden I become a hot mess up here. I would also like to blame Holly and Bev for infecting this thing called emotion on me, because I never really had it before. But this kid is something special to me because we've bonded a lot over a lot of different things. No O's. You're gonna make it worse. You're gonna make it worse. Anything from sci-fi, comic books, movies. I remember talking with you about the Ken Ham debate and all that stuff, and just seeing this kid change from 3.5 years ago to today. So one thing that I got that kind of came apart, but is to serve as a reminder of, go ahead and open it, as a reminder of the journey that you've taken and some of the stuff that you've shared with us, particularly in your TOL. I personally didn't realize how much of a journey that was for you at that time. But I also want you to remember how nature's pretty neat. And when you wear a GoPro on your head, you like to make a lot of comments about nature. And I also want you to think about that time, how your intelligence is pretty innate inside of you. Think about how hard Allie and Joe had to work, and you just came up with stuff right there, okay? You have the power inside of you, and let that be a reminder of that, okay? The other thing that I wanted to remind you about, you're not done yet, is a very frustrating thing that Mr. Moore did once. Spoiled a movie for me. Marvel movie. So what did I do? I got back at him by spoiling the Star Wars movie. In a very creative way, mind you. I never actually said which one was the spoiler. So I want you to remember, always look at Han Solo and remember, no spoilers, because people are going to get back at you someday. Proud of you, Ben. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll use the mic this time. Hey, Landon.
Hi.
Are you gonna cry? Okay, good. I'm just gonna stand back a ways. So, Landon, we've had our ups and downs, and you've taken several of my classes, several times in a row, in fact. But one of the things when it came to you, I knew I had to get you something cowboy related because you always came in with those boots. And the one time you came in for PE and you were playing Ultimate Frisbee in your cowboy boots, I was thoroughly impressed. So I was thinking, okay, what am I going to get you? What am I going to get you? What am I going to get you? And then I thought, what kind of teacher would I be if I didn't give you your new steed as you ride out to your new frontier? See, it makes noise.
Alec Rangel, ever so quiet, ever so calm, ever so poised. Well, maybe not poised, but one thing that I remembered about you and that your sister also reminded me about is that every time you would come into class, you were always so tired. I'd ask, hey, Mr. Rangel, how's it going? I'm tired. Well, did you stay up late at night? No, I went to bed at like 8. So, what's going on? You're eating enough? And then all of a sudden, it's culinary class, and that kid consumed everything. So I thought, okay, well maybe, a gift card to Hy-Vee. I don't think I've got enough money to, provide for this kid for a while. So one thing that I thought is, I wanted to make sure that you had a soft pillow, because maybe that was the problem. I don't know, but I'm just trying to scientifically solve what problem you've got here. And the other thing that Alec and I would always share about is that I was very concerned that maybe he wasn't opening himself up to enough cultural things. So, I just wanted to remind you to just say no to Dragon Ball Z, because it is an awful anime. This kid loves it, but I want to make sure that you just remember to say no and give yourself some other opportunities there, bud. Super.
He's gonna hold me.
Oh, please. Devin, you've only been with us a little short time, but you've managed to pull through and get
Seems
where
like it's been years though.
and get where you want to be. There are no words that I can come up with to describe you, except that you're unique in your own way. I always know when you're coming down the hall to the sound of your boots hitting the floor. It'll be a long time before you find another character to fill your spot at East Campus. And here's your cup.
Yeah, the cup now.
Yeah.
With candy in it. Yeah.
Then you always come to the office and you always have to lean down. So this will never let you forget how tall you are. And I admire that you know what you're going to do with your life after school by getting your CDL and becoming a truck driver. And I bought this little semi-truck for you. Aww. And good luck in the futures to come. Okay? There you go. You can take, Devin, you can take these. There you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
Allie's, one of her biggest passions has always been softball, and if you get a chance, you should check out, I guess the picture's up there. We share this special connection in that we've both been catchers. And so I have designed a softball bat for you with quotes from managers and players over the years that I think will inspire you. But I want to read one because for the whole group, and then the rest are just for you. Okay? Life will always throw you curves. Just keep following them off until you get a pitch to hit, then be prepared to run the bases. You're going to have lots of opportunities in your life. And when you get that hit, take off. Go with it. I'm very, very proud of you today.
Yeah.
Mr. Sean, today marks a special day for you, for your classmates, and for us as well. We had the pleasure of assisting you complete this challenge of high school. Fortunately for me, I got to witness some magic from you before you were done. Long before J-term, you had told us all about your music that you would create. So maybe you'll be able to remember us by your music. Okay, you had even talked about some aerospace engineering, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so a whole lot of magic going on there. Okay, some more magic there. Very important magic over here. Okay. Like a magician, you can make almost anything happen. You didn't do it alone, but you definitely took control and made sure that you were prepared as you could be. And then speaking specifically about that Friday of J-term, you stepped up to the plate and hit a home run. I remember back on the ride back from East Campus, you commented on how much fun it was and how exhausted you were. Made me proud. Well, I want you to always remember that day. Maybe that could be you someday. You never know. But yes, teaching is both fun and exhausting. So I want to leave you with this. A blank canvas for you to determine where your future is. Okay, I want you to be able to decide whatever you want to do because you can put your mind to it and accomplish it. Although I wish the best for you in whatever you do, kind of got a soft spot for teaching. I hope someday you find some education field in there somewhere because you're pretty damn good at it. I'd be lying if I didn't admit I want to see you a teacher someday. But because you got what it takes, just remember, follow your passion wherever that may lead. I'll let you hold this. We'll fish things out in order. Yeah. Alexis, I remember that day that we met while you were on tour. You were quiet and shy and very nervous. You said that you weren't any good at math and didn't like it. Well, times have changed a bit.
No.
Quiet? Nah, I don't think so. Shy? Absolutely not. Nervous? More like get out of my way. Not any good at math? Well, let's review. Did you put more effort into math while you were here? I think so. Did you get where you needed to be? Yeah, you're out of here. Hey, did you learn anything new? You better say a lot. Did you learn anything about yourself along the way? I think so. As we talked a few weeks ago, you've grown a lot. You've made some good choices, and shall we say a few questionable ones. But through it all, you've grown up, you've learned a lot, you've been sweet, and you've been a pill sometimes. Alexis, just like that frog in the fairy tale that the princess kisses and turns into a prince.
Are you trying to call me a frog?
No, I'm not. We will get there, but no, I am not. You can turn into whatever you want. You have the power. Okay? We here at East Campus have helped show you that you're an amazing young lady. We've helped you build your confidence. Okay? There's something in here to remind you of just how far you've come. This is a picture that says Alexis loves math that she wrote on my board probably 3 or 4 months into her being down at East Campus. I want you to remember that. Okay? And then, just like that frog and the princess, okay, we think of you as a princess. You are a princess. And we got you a little crown. I got you a little crown. Always remember that you can do whatever you want to do whatever you want to do, and be a princess. I won't make you put it on.
I don't think it'll fit.
It'll fit.
At least someone understands I'm a princess.
Joe.
One last one.
So there's a saying that says they save the best for last, and since they paired you with me, then it's obviously still holding true. So, Joe, thank you for always taking my jokes in stride and for always trying to dish back as much as you received. Having that friendly banter and ongoing jokes makes it a lighter environment at East Campus for both the staff and the students. Your pathetic attempt at growing out that peach fuzz has provided our staff with many wonderful hours of laughter. The fact that the self-proclaimed boss dog at East Campus resembles a hairless chihuahua has caused us hours of enjoyment.
Man.
I'll be guessing.
This gift should finally put an end to your facial hair envy. Yes, now you too can resemble your favorite staff members, Josh, Lee, and me. The important lesson to remember is that your character does not match your face, Joe. Joe has been a great student, pushing himself and us to the limits. He has balanced work, school, and being a dad. And if you talk to Joe, there's no way that Hy-Vee could run without him. For achieving this balancing act, I compliment you. Many have had far less on their plates and taken much longer to achieve it. Joe, once again, congratulations on this great milestone in your life. I wish you nothing but the best in the future and hope that one day you realize, and hope that one day you really do achieve your goals of boss dog and facial hair. This is going to conclude our ceremony for today. We would like to invite you all once again to join us in the atrium for some cake and refreshments. Please take time to congratulate all the graduating seniors for all their hard work and achievements, and thank you.